From ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. Samsung's largest semiconductor plant was President Biden's first stop in South Korea. That factory is being replicated in Texas.
We'll create 3,000 new high-tech jobs in Texas and add to 20,000 jobs Samsung already supports in the United States of America.
ABC's Britt Clennett has more on the president's visit to Asia. She's in Seoul.
Biden said that this is critical so that the U.S. economy and national security are not dependent on countries, he said, that don't share the same values. Now, Biden is here to rally friends and allies of the U.S. like Seoul, who historically have very strong ties that have only grown stronger over the years, especially with the looming threat of North Korea.
Russia's halting exports of natural gas to Finland because Finland won't pay in rubles. This follows Finland's application to join NATO. There's more fallout that's more fallout in the war over Ukraine. ABC's Ian Panel says a top U.S. official spoke Thursday with a senior Russian military leader.
Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, General Milley, speaking to his Russian counterpart, Gerasimov. Significantly, it's the first direct conversation they've had since the war began. No details of their discussion, but an agreement at least to keep those lines of communication open.
Thursday, the Senate approved a $40 billion aid package for Ukraine. People over 60 are eligible for a second COVID-19 vaccine booster, and as cases rise, should they get it now or wait until fall? Dr. Ashish Jha, the White House COVID response coordinator, tells ABC.
At this point, I'm recommending that people go and get it. It certainly adds protection.
The Reverend Al Sharpton said he does not know how the 18-year-old charged with killing 10 people in a Buffalo supermarket could plead not guilty.
I'm hearing some people say, well, maybe there's a mental health issue. He seemed like he had a whole lot of strategic sense to me.
He'll speak today at the first funeral for one of the victims. You're listening to ABC News.
This is your Pacific Pulse. I'm Petty Officer Jack Astrup. In the Pacific, U.S. Air Force General Jacqueline Van Ovost, U.S. Transportation Command Commander, met with troops and allies in the region.
U.S. Transportation Command is responsible to project and sustain the joint force around the world. And these allies and partners provide us that positional advantage. And so it's necessary that we cultivate that relationship and have a better understanding of how we can work together to deepen that relationship.
And in Japan, Lieutenant General James Bierman, Commanding General of 3 Marine Expeditionary Force, met with Japanese Defense Minister Nobuo Kishi and senior military leadership in Tokyo to discuss ways to enhance training opportunities between the United States military and the Japanese Self-Defense Force. This has been your Pacific Pulse. Thanks for listening.